as a writer myself, and also as working with so many writers and filmmakers over the years, there's something that always creeps in, which is something we like to call ego. And ego is constantly creeping into the filmmaking process. Yeah. And you, at such a young age, were willing to not only give one of your scripts away, but sell a lot of them away without credit, which many people, including myself, if you would have told me this when you were doing it, I personally would have advised you against it. I'd be like, dude, at least keep your name on it. Like, why, just be a writer for hire. Like, why are you like literally ghostwriting? But I guess you got a higher price because you were ghostwriting, because then people could take credit for your work. And, I guess, right?
I also saw where these people were coming from, because of course, some of these people were already just getting into the industry and they really wanted to make something. So making that process easier for them is helping them along with me. So it's really a win-win.
That's amazing.
And that's what I like about it.
So you never had a moment where you're like, hey, this is mine. I wrote this. I've got to do this. I got to have my name on it. You never had a moment like that. That wasn't part of your strategy.
I mean, the only time I had that was actually with the short film that I made, and that was Subnivian.
Right.
Because I did have a list of films that I knew were the best, and I was offered the most that I've ever been offered, $4,000 for Subnivian. That made me turn my head at a script and actually take another look at it.
For a short film, like that's insane. Like you understand something. You are blowing my mind, because I've never heard of anyone selling a short film script before, let alone at the rate or volume that you did. I didn't even know there was a market for this. So for all these writers listening out there, there is a market for people to buy short films and short film scripts, which doesn't take nearly as much time as writing a feature film script. So I'm assuming you can knock out a 10-page good short film script in a lot less time than writing a full feature script.
Yeah, I remember my producer did like the mathematics of it, and if I were to, I'm not writing them now since I have my hands full with Subnivian, but if a writer were to flip short film scripts each week on a $500 basis, and they took around 4 months off, and I counted that for school and stuff because I wanted to make it into my scenario. But like 4 months off as far as workflow, a full job, 9 to 5, you could be making around $80,000 a year just off of flipping it each week and just getting revisions and taking out profits and all that. So there's definitely a market, and it's growing for that, because you're doing the work that people like directors that are upcoming in the industry or don't have those writers' connections really can reach out to and start on their next short film. So it's a win-win for everyone. So
I mean, that's such an insane story, man. Like I told you, I thought I've heard it all. So it's not often that someone can shock me with a new angle.